Welcome guys, I'm Al.
I'm Arash.
And this is the Call to Whiskey.
All hail Cal.
Today we're talking about Arran Barrel Reserve from the Isle of Arran. Let's take a look. Welcome back. So today's whiskey is technically a lowland single malt.
Lowland, you say, huh?
The Isle of Arran is divided up into two segments, the Highland and Lowland. And the Arran Distillery falls in the lowland section. But in practice, it's really referred to as one of the islands, the sixth region of Scotland that's unofficially designated for all the islands of Scotland.
Ah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, it's 43% ABV, so it is chill filtered, but in the distillery describes it as lightly chill filtered. Whatever that means. And there's no E150 added to it, so it's natural coloring, and it was aged in American oak cask.
Let's take a pour.
History time. When the distillery opened in 1993, it marked the return of distilling on the Isle of Arran after a hiatus of some 156 years. And now a new distillery has recently opened called Lag. Although it's not old enough to produce bottles, the Arran Distillery decided to rebrand, and they changed their packaging and bottles in order to stand out from their new competition. More than just packaging, the Arran Distillery has always made a fine whiskey and has an amazing core line. From their Robert Burns to their Macklemore, we've never had an Arran we didn't like. Let's take a look at the notes.
I'm excited.
This whiskey.
Sweet right off the bat, a little bit. Like jasmine.
I get like pears, vanilla.
It's light.
Yeah, it's very light, but
I was expecting more of a briny note associated to it, but I don't smell it.
No, there's no real salt. It's not like the Macklemore. The Macklemore is peated. Their unpeated whiskey is not characteristically briny.
It's very light, sweet, light, and
it's very pleasant.
Thank you, floral almost.
Yes, it's very floral, pleasant on the nose. Lemon, like white chocolate. Let's take a look at the palate. Again,
that's sweet.
Yeah, it's very light still, but not watered down and thin. It's a very subtle, like vanilla, grapefruit,
apples.
Yeah, apple, like apple juice, citrus.
Slight spicy note at the end that I didn't smell or taste at the beginning.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of like a short finish, but not not thin, just short. It's just a very pleasant whiskey.
It's lighter than I expected. Mm-hmm. What's the ABV on this?
43%.
Okay, makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Let's try some water. Yeah, I mean, it opened up a little bit of those floral notes.
Yeah.
And a little bit more
spicy.
Citrus. Yeah.
Citrusy, spicy.
Mm-hmm. Just damn good whiskey. Let's try some.
Yeah, I taste slight woodiness to it. Like, I guess it's the oak, perhaps. Mm-hmm. It's... Again, it's so subtle. You have a variety of layers in here that you really want to enjoy. It didn't change it much.
Yeah, but I mean, it's too subtle to stand up the ice. This is a little different than the whiskeys that we've had in the last couple weeks, but I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah,
it's very nice and pleasant.
It's like a summer whiskey. Mm-hmm. Something you have during the heat on a nice day,
and it's not too sweet like like some whiskeys are just like almost white wines, right? That you get too sweet. It's not overpowering sweet. It's just a very pleasant whiskey.
Yes, yeah, it's delicious. What's the price on this bad boy?
Only $40 to $50.
Wow, that's surprising considering how beautiful the bottle is. To be honest,
the bottle on this is amazing. It's a very beautiful bottle. They recently did a redesign of their whiskeys. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
Looks like a honeycomb almost.
Yeah, they've got a couple new whiskeys out after they just rebranded. Our buddy Big Al at Whiskey Straight, he just did a review at the Sauterne. I'll add a link in the up or down or wherever, and if you want to check out his Sauterne whiskey review, he really likes the Arran, and I mean, I'm a big fan of this Arran. I mean, it's very good. I've always liked the Macklemore, and I've always liked the 14, and this is just another Arran that just out of the park.
I think this one is an excellent introduction to a whiskey drinker who's either salty or green, depending on how you look at it, because it has enough sophistication where a veteran whiskey drinker would enjoy it. However, it's light enough where if you're a novice, it's not going to scare you off with the ABV or the variety of strong flavors.
It's an all-around crowd pleaser, and I got nothing bad to say about it. What shelf did this go on?
You know, I'm looking at the bottle and I feel like it's a top shelf bottle almost. It's beautiful. I love the honeycomb shape. I love the seeing the cork. But then I see the price point and I want to bring it down a bottle. But then I taste it and I want to bring it right back up. So it's definitely mid-shelf for me because it's fighting on both ends.
It's definitely mid-shelf, anywhere from second to third. I'd be proud to display this bottle. It's very good, and I see no reason why you couldn't get up to third shelf if this was your thing.
Absolutely.
Well, on that note, may you live long,
die happy,
and raid a mansion in heaven.
All hail cow.